Okay. Okay. Today we are going to discuss on the below topics. Okay, so the significance of Udayam, Arudam, Kavip, and the Jamagrahas. So these are the important things which we need to consider during a Prasannam. First thing is Udayam. Udayam. We need to in Jamakol Prasannam, Udayam is the Lagna. It is called it is the Lagna of the Prasannam. So in the birth chart, we consider Lagna as the Bhava, the first Bhava. Similarly, we need to count from the Udayam in the Jamakol Prasannam. Udayam we need to consider as the first Bhava in the Jamakol Prasannam. Next is the Arudam. The Arudam needs to be counted. Arudam and the Kavipu needs to be counted from the Udayam to the Arudam. Arudam, the sign in which the Arudam is, and the also similarly for the Kavipu. The Jamagraha Bhava need to be counted from the Udayam. If a planet, if a planet is approaching towards Udayam, say if Mercury is approaching towards Udayam, the Mercury 8th house will be for the Udayam, which house lordship it is having, that we need to count from the Udayam only. If Udayam is Gemini, then if Mercury is approaching, it is the Udayadipati and also the Lord of the 4th Bhava. So we need to count from the Udayam as the Lagna. The next is degree. The degree of the Udayam in a sign is very important and need to be noted. How much degree the Udayam has moved in the sign need to be calculated and noted, because it is very much important to find out certain places whether the Kavipu has crossed the Udayam or not, if the Jamagraha has crossed the Udayam or not. For finding out that, we need to calculate the degree of the Udayam. Out of 8 Jamagrahas, only one of the Jamagrahas will be in contact with the Udayam. All the 8 Jamagrahas will be moving in the same speed. So at a time, only one Jamagraha will be in contact with the Udayam or approaching towards the Udayam. The Jamagraha that is in the contact with the Udayam will be within the 45 degree from the Udayam, because the distance between one Jamagraha and the other Jamagraha is 45 degree. So the Udayam and the Jamagraha approaching towards the Udayam will be only between the 45 degree from the Udayam. The understanding of the planet approaching towards the Udayam is very important, because we need to understand it based on the degrees. If the Udayam is in 24 degree and if the Jamagraha is in the 25th degree, then the Jamagraha is very close to the Udayam, and also it is approaching towards the Udayam. The Jamagraha is in the 23rd degree and Udayam is in 24 degree, then the Jamagraha has crossed the Udayam, but it is close, but it is not contacting the Udayam. It has crossed the Udayam. So this understanding is very much important in predictions. Yes. The planet approaching the Udayam will be from the 3 signs from the Udayam. That means the planet, if Udayam is in Aries, then the planet approaching Udayam may be in Aries or in Taurus or in Gemini, because 45 degree can extend from Aries to Gemini. Like, for example, if the Udayam is in 25th degree of Aries, then the Udayam the planet approaching the Udayam might be in Aries 25th degree or Taurus or sorry, or within the 10th degree of the Gemini. So totally the 45 degree will be covered in 3 signs, maybe covered in 3 signs maximum, but it also can be in 2 signs also. To the maximum, it will be in the 3 signs. We need to consider the following things. One is Jama Graha approaching towards the Udayam. Like I said, the planet, only one planet can approach towards the Udayam at the closest. So we need to consider that planet as the planet approaching towards the Udayam. Next is the planet Jama Graha that is close to the Udayam. That means a planet may approach the Udayam, but it may be far away at the 44th degree or 43rd degree. But the planet, another planet which have crossed the Udayam will be close to the Udayam. That is 1 degree less, 2 degree less than that. If 18 degree Udayam in Aries, if the Jama Graha is in 15 degree in Udayam, Aries, then it is closer to the Udayam than the planet approaching towards the Udayam. So the planet which has crossed the Udayam also need to be considered in some of the cases. That is also very much important. We need to note that also. We will explain that what these 3 things will indicate in the Prasannam. Example chart. Now the Udayam is in Leo, 20 degree 41 minutes. Now Jupiter is in 20 degree 36 minutes. 21 degree 36 minutes. So now what will be the planet approaching towards the Udayam?
Jupiter.
Jupiter, yeah, good. The planet that has crossed Udayam?
Mercury.
Correct, very good. So now the planet which is closer to the Udayam?
Jupiter.
Jupiter, very good. Okay, sir. Next chart we can move. Now, Udayam is in Libra, 17 degree, and Mercury is in 16 degree. You ignore the minutes, just we can consider the degrees alone. Now, which planet is approaching towards Udayam?
Jupiter.
Correct, good. Which planet is very much close to the Udayam?
Mercury.
Mercury, correct, sir. Now, which planet has already crossed Udayam?
Venus.
Mercury.
Mercury, correct. Mercury has crossed 1 degree, so it is closer to the Udayam than Venus and Jupiter. It is the closest one. We need to consider the degree also. So then only we'll be able to find out the results accurately.
Okay.
Next, Udayam. The significator of Udayam, Jama Graha approaching towards Udayam will indicate the mindset of the queries. That means when a planet, if a Mercury is approaching, the significators of the Mercury will be the mindset of the queries. It will indicate the mindset. What is the thought of that? That if Jupiter is approaching towards Udayam, what the queryist is thinking, we can identify based on the significators of the Jupiter. Similarly, if Mercury is approaching, we need to consider the significators of the Mercury.
Sir, one thing, if since Mercury in the last example just crossed by 1 degree and Jupiter will be meeting the, will be coming near to that degree after, say, how many degrees? Say some...
Minus 1 degree. Till minus 1 degree, we can consider it is closer to the Udayam.
Yeah, so in this case, the querist who has come to me, so the thought process will be inclined towards Jupiter or Mercury?
the thought process will be Jupiter only, sir, because it is. I said we can ignore the minutes for now. It has crossed 1 minute,
Yeah.
so we can leave Mercury and we need to consider only the Jupiters.
Yeah, my question is Udayam is 17 degree, Mercury is 16 degrees. So Mercury
Yeah.
is just crossed it. So and Jupiter is approaching towards it.
Yes, sir.
But Jupiter is far away, like around at least say 40, 50 plus degrees. So
Yeah,
in this
and
case, Mercury, so the query's mindset will be inclined towards the whatever the Jupiter signifies, or like the Mercury one, which he just
no, the query's mindset will be inclined towards Jupiter's significators only. Because
Jupiter signifies.
yeah, because I'll explain you, sir. Because a person is approaching you in the opposite direction, one person has crossed you. So to an extent you will be able to see him. Beyond that, you won't be able to see him. You will be able to see the person approaching towards you only.
Got it. So basically,
So,
no matter whatever is the
person,
degree.
the Jama Graha is moving in the anti-clockwise and approaching towards Udayam. So
Yeah.
beyond 1 degree, we need to consider only the Jupiters.
Okay.
When the Mercury
So-
has crossed 1 degree behind Udayam, we can ignore it and consider the Jupiter as a planet approaching towards Udayam.
Okay. But whichever planet approaching towards Udayam, even if it is far off, then also that is the one which gives the idea.
Yeah, that is the one we need to consider, sir. But the happenings, the effect will vary based on the distance, sir. That we will explain you at last, sir. How
Understood.
we need
Understood.
to
I think.